Yeah.
What would you want to tell children and young minds right now listening to you?
What would I want to tell children and young minds? It's the same thing that my mothers would have taught me, is that knowledge is power, and it's the one thing that can't be taken away from you. So if you're in school, you should take that as a blessing to learn as much as you possibly can. Now, I made the mistake of not paying attention in subjects I didn't really care about because I was like, well, I don't know what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I used that as an excuse not to reach my full potential. So when the time came for me to apply to different scholarship programs, I didn't meet the minimum grade for some of them, and I scraped through on others. Whereas if I just paid attention in class a little bit more, and I applied myself a little bit more in exams, I would have had even more options available to me. So even if you're feeling a little bit lost, because it's completely normal to feel that way, all because everybody else seems to know what they want, doesn't mean that you should too. So make sure that you keep the avenues open by doing your very best in every subject, right? Because, you studied finance and now you're working with kids. Those are two completely different spectrums. And because you allowed yourself to stay open in different things that you want to learn, now you even have a podcast, right? So there is so much knowledge and information available to you at school where you have people guiding you to learn what needs to be learned in order for you to enable yourself in the future. You have the internet and your phone. Almost every kid now has a phone and iPad. You have access to unlimited information. So choose to empower yourself with knowledge on what it is that you want to learn and what it is you want to know. And, you mentioned this chat GP. Instead of seeing it as a negative, see it as a way for you to become more empowered and learn with the tools that have been handed to you, find that loophole in which you can add to society and the world and helping others, because ChatGPT essentially is going to help others. It might add to automation where it isn't helping people because jobs are being taken away, but learn on what you can do to create a job out of that instead, find the positive. So choose to allow yourself to stay open to everything by giving yourself the ability to have every opportunity. And if anyone's ever mean to you because, you have in school, no matter what, as a child, there's always going to be a bully in some form. And sometimes even it comes from adults. And remember that if they are treating you the way that they are, if it's negative, it's because they have a lot of hurt and anger inside, rather than choosing to say, oh, well, they're bullying me, they're mean to me because something's wrong with me. Nothing is wrong with you. Something is wrong with them. So don't ever bring yourself down and put yourself down and think less of yourself because you're treated in a bad way, because they're clearly going through something and choosing to take it out on you. So be the better person and choose to remember you have power in your reaction. Be better. Do better than what they are doing to you. And choose to be the change that you want to see in the world, So, yeah. Follow your heart, be true to yourself, and choose to empower yourself instead of choose to let things bring you down. Like ChatGPT, people think more of the negatives than the positives. I think people should empower themselves with the knowledge and absorb as much information as they can rather than bring themselves down about it. What else would I want to tell? Remember to take a break as well. Remember to take a break because you could put in all the work, but if you don't choose to rest, you will get burnt out and then you won't be able to succeed in the way that you want to. Yeah, that's it. And if you don't have a dog, get a dog. But remember, it's a responsibility for at least 10 years.
Right.
So yeah, because animals are great. They're a great stress relief. And I have one of the most stressful jobs in the world. So I have 3 dogs and counting.